Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about something that's been frustrating for a while now, trying to find episodes of a CBBC show called Pigsty, which aired from 1990 to 1992. It's not just rare, it's a complete pain to search for, and I'm going to break down why. First off, the name, Pigsty, is basically unsearchable. If you type it into Google, YouTube, archive.org, anywhere really, you don't get the show. You get real pigsties, messy bedrooms, or videos joking about how untidy someone's room is. It's just too generic. And CBBC didn't give it a unique title or subtitle, so it gets completely buried under unrelated content. Trying to find anything relevant is like looking for a needle in a haystack. Unlike other CBBC shows of the time, Pigsty never got a VHS release. No DVD, no official uploads, no BBC store link, nothing. So unless someone taped it off the telly in 1990 or 91 and kept that tape in perfect condition, we're relying completely on private recordings, which, as you can imagine, are hard to come by. The show had a short run and aired inconsistently. There was a promo for Pigsty that ran in late July and early August 1992. But no episodes were shown during that time, and there's no explanation why. No cancellation notice, no listings gap, just silence. So even though there's a promo, there's nothing to back it up. It just adds to the confusion. Actually, there is an episode guide. We know there were 18 episodes in total, spread across 2 series. The information is available through BBC Genome. But here's the problem. The episode titles aren't always easy to track down, and the descriptions don't give much away. The guide helps, but it doesn't make finding the episodes any easier, especially since many of them are nowhere to be found. Some people suggest that the key to finding lost Pigsty content might be in old CBBC continuity clips, stuff between shows, like presenter links and junctions, and that might be true. But the problem is, those clips are rarely labeled with the shows they lead into. So Pigsty could be sitting in the middle of a 1991 CBBC tape, completely unnoticed. Another big issue is the silence. When I try asking people directly, whether that's in YouTube comments, through emails, forums, or Discord, more often than not, I either get ignored or the reply never comes. Sometimes I'll write a polite, well-worded message, hoping someone out there might have recorded a CBBC broadcast from the early 90s, and just nothing. No reply, no reaction. It's like I never said anything. Other times, they might open the message and just not bother replying. Or they'll say, "I'll get back to you," and weeks go by with no update. I follow up, and they've either forgotten, lost interest, or ghost me. It starts to feel personal after a while. Like, why is this so hard? Why does Pigsty get this treatment? It's disheartening when all you're trying to do is preserve a piece of TV history that's on the brink of vanishing completely. Then there's this other issue, paywalls and private collectors. There have been a few times where someone claims they have Pigsty episodes, but they'll only share them if you pay. We're not talking about a small fee to cover postage or transfers. We're talking high prices. Like £60 for a couple of episodes, sometimes more, just to see a show that was free on TV 30 years ago. It puts people in an awkward spot. On one hand, you want the material desperately. On the other hand, it sets a bad precedent. It turns a community-driven effort into a transaction, and it makes rare content feel more like a black market than a preservation project. Worse still, there's no guarantee you'll actually get what's promised. Some people disappear after payment. Others drag it out or make excuses. And beyond the money, some groups hoard this stuff outright. They might have episodes or footage, but won't share it because of supposed legal concerns, mainly around BBC copyright. Now yes, we should be cautious about rights, but at the same time, Pigsty isn't being sold. It's not on iPlayer, it's not being reissued. The BBC has practically erased it, so if you've got something, and you're just sitting on it, you're basically choosing to let it rot. And honestly, sometimes it feels like nobody cares. I don't say that to be negative, it's just the reality. Other shows from the same era get tons of attention. People talk about Bodger and Badger, Grange Hill, Penny Crayon, which I enjoyed too. But Pigsty, it's like it was forgotten before it even finished airing. You can post about it on Reddit, Discord, or YouTube, and the reaction is usually crickets. You might get 1 or 2 people saying, "Oh, I vaguely remember that," but that's it. There's no demand, no nostalgia buzz, no push to recover it. And that's what makes it harder, because if people don't care, they won't check their tapes, they won't go digging through their old boxes. They'll just assume it's not important, when in reality, Pigsty is one of the rarest CBBC shows out there, and we only have a handful of episodes online. And, just to clear something up, because I've seen it mentioned before, there were no comedy sketches or adverts for Pigsty. Nothing like what you'd get for The Smell of Reeves and Mortimer, or The Fast Show. No spoofs, no spin-off content, no toy tins, just the show itself, a couple of promos, and a 1995 clip from Live and Kicking, where it's briefly referenced. So if you're hoping to find Pigsty hidden in some comedy archive or 90s advert compilation, you won't. It just didn't happen. That said, there is one bit of hope right now. There's a person we've been in contact with who might have an old episode and possibly a script. It's not confirmed yet. We don't know if they'll send it. We don't know what condition it's in. And as usual, we're waiting on a reply. But the fact that someone has something is a start, whether it's a dusty VHS, a printout from a BBC script library, or even a badly damaged copy. It's more than what most people are offering. And if it does come through, it could mean new content, new clues, maybe even a jumpstart for more people to check their tapes. So yeah, that's why searching for Pigsty is such a nightmare. The name is unsearchable. There's no official release. There's barely any evidence it existed outside of a few promos and a small group of fans. People don't reply, episodes are locked behind paywalls, and most collectors don't care or won't share because of copyright fears. But I'm still searching, because Pigsty matters. It was part of CBBC's weird, creative early 90s era, and it deserves to be remembered, not just lost to time because it didn't get the attention other shows did. If you're watching this and you've got old CBBC recordings, especially from 1990 to 1992, check them, even if it's just the bits between shows. Because you never know, you might have the missing piece that brings Pigsty back. That's everything for this edition of Pigsty Archives. We'll be back with more when there's more to show. Thanks for watching. Until then, keep checking those tapes.